And now, live 3 miles apart on the Lawrence Corridor in Chicago, it's
Semi-regular
Sundays.
Sundays. Woohoo!
It's our 49th remote show with our special guest, mentalist mind reader Mark Toland, plus the improv of How Embarrassing and stand-up from Gleason and Sam Monk. And now, the longest-serving female Supreme Court Justice, Flower Shop Bangers.
Woohoo!
Good evening, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Stuart?
I'm okay. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty decent Sunday. It's thank you to everyone who's tuning in right now. Those of you who do not know us, Dan and I are the Flower Shop Bangers. We are an improv duo based out of Chicago.
Yep.
We have been performing together for about 7.5 years.
It's a long time.
Yes. In fact, this pandemic has been going on for such a long time. We ended up doing our anniversary show on Zoom.
That is true.
Just to put perspective. Yes. But in any case, we have acts pretty much scattered all across the country, and tonight's show is no exception. Before I describe all of the acts that we have this evening, Dan, if you could tell us a little bit about some of the small businesses that we're promoting and some of the fundraisers that we're trying to boost.
Sure. For the viewers watching at home, if you look down below, you will see a banner that has some rotating images that tell you about some businesses that we're just trying to promote at this time. First, I thought I'd talk about a campaign organized by the comedian Chris Redd. He is trying to raise money for Black Lives Matter's protesters who happen to contract COVID-19. They have, they can still do it even if you're out protesting. Second, there is the bar that Stuart and I usually host this show at. It is Shakers on Clark. Shakers on Clark currently has a GoFundMe to try to collect tips for their bar staff because, they still want to be able to pay their bar staff at this time. You can find the link to the GoFundMe in the description. Third, there is a gym that I personally go to. It's called Bodi Shak. It really serves the uptown community very well. It's also a Black-owned business, and they offer a lot of great classes. So if you happen to live in that area and you are looking to get in shape, I would highly recommend it. Also, they have a GoFundMe if you just want to give some money towards that. Last and certainly not least, there is First Sip Cafe. First Sip Cafe is a little cafe with a lot of good coffee and tea drinks in Uptown in Asia on Argyle. I have a link in the description to get for gift cards. But anyway, those are all businesses that are actually local to me. If they are not local to you, and they don't necessarily pertain to you, I would just recommend going out and supporting your own local businesses because they all need our help right now. Back to you, Stuart.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you so much, Dan. Now, speaking of cafes, this past Friday, I went to this one cafe that Dan and I have kind of a history with. It was the first time that I had been to this cafe since the pandemic started. I believe it's actually the first time since they moved as well. It would be the Pick Me Up Cafe. They used to be in Wrigleyville. However, earlier this year, I want to say in January or February, they lost their lease or something like that and ended up moving to Clark and Lawrence. They're like at the 4800 block of Lawrence. Food is still excellent as ever. But Dan, I just thought I'd share that to all the audience here, that if you are in the Uptown area and looking for a place to get like a sandwich or maybe some very good vegan or vegetarian food, I do recommend the Pick Me Up Cafe. Without further ado, we have a really jam-packed show for you this evening. I guess there's a reason why we are calling this Autumn Variety instead of just calling it by whatever number show this is. It's number 49, incidentally. We've got a mix of improv, stand-up, music, and mind reading. Obviously, the final act of our show is your co-host and co-producers, the Flower Shop Bangers.
Woo!
Pity clap. Thank you. Immediately preceding the Bangers Uh, in Chicago, by way of Boston, we have comedian Sam Monk.
Woohoo!
Right before Sam Monk, out of New York City, specifically Brooklyn, we have comedian Ryan Gleason.
Woo!
Right before Ryan Gleason, we have our special guest of the evening. He is a mentalist and mind reader that has appeared on TED Talks. He's appeared on just about every other local morning news show in the country. Really phenomenal, fascinating man. It is an honor to have Mark Toland in the show.
Woo!
Yes. Well, leading us off this evening is a really wonderful improv duo based out of Norfolk, Virginia, the Improv Hotbed, Norfolk, Virginia. Not a joke. There's actually a lot of improv activity in that city. It is a pleasure to have in our show. How embarrassing.
Can we talk now?
Go right ahead.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank
Yes.
you, Flower Shop Bangers. It's so good to be here.
I do have
Yeah.
to say, it really felt like we were not supposed to have our videos on that whole time. I did not.
I told them in the private chat, hey, fuckers, like, look happy, Molly and Jeff. You're on camera. Yeah, we're from Norfolk, Virginia. We're out of a comedy theater called the Push Comedy Theater, opened up about 5 years ago. So yeah, it is a burgeoning scene, and thank you guys so much for having us, and thank you for supporting local businesses. I think that's great. Take it away, Molly.
Yeah, so our show is How Embarrassing with Molly and Jeff. That's Matt Cole, our producer. And we are a weekly podcast where we talk about all of our embarrassing lives. So we are going to do some improv. It's a form called How Embarrassing. So welcome to How Embarrassing, the podcast, the improv.
Yeah.
All right. So to get us started, I don't know if anyone answered. We need any story, any embarrassing moments you've had, just quick embarrassing things that have happened to you.
So I saw one in the chat. I'm not sure if there are any other ones. I didn't look on YouTube, but somebody said, I think from Anna Sosa said that her bikini top popped off, which is, I'm sure, embarrassing for anybody. I've never worn a bikini top though.
Yeah, it looks like it was in front of a Wawa, the convenience store. So
is that what she said?
Yeah, I was just reading the comment.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Did anybody else type anything in there?
No, that's it.
Well,
take it away, Molly. What does that remind you of?
I can speak to like the old indecent exposure thing because I famously have weird nipples. I'm always getting all this like shit for it.
Okay, and I have to interrupt. I just found this out because at a rehearsal on Thursday, I asked, or I told Molly and Jeff, because we're friends, so we would look at porn together.
Yeah.
I told her, I was like, hey, I was just on this Reddit. It's all pictures of women who have eraser nipples. It's like Reddit/r/eraser nipples. And she was like, oh my God, Matt, that's my nipples.
It's truly my nipples. And yeah, people always make jokes like, hey, want to make a pinky promise, like with your nipple? Because they're just like, yeah, they're just long. I don't know. I got weird nips. So I could never do like how girls can wear like the little like bralettes and stuff. Like I have to wear Band-Aids on my nipples under them so that it's not like crazy looking.
Let's cut to you going into a dermatologist.
Okay.
Well, I saw your mother the other day, and man, she's doing great. She doesn't look 69. She's really keeping track of herself.
She's really aged well, but we have a lot of skin concerns in my family. There's some weird formations and things, and I like to come in once a year, get things checked out.
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and pop that top off for me. Oh
my God, what is it? Is it cancerous?
No, I just can't tell. Where are your nipples?
Oh, I get this a lot. They're actually over here.
My God. Have you ever shown anybody this? I could win a scientific award. This is like, you're probably the next step in evolution, Rebecca.
Yeah. I know my parents tried to sell me to the circus, but they didn't take the sale.
Well, I'm glad you shared that with me. I think we're developing a good rapport here. A real good doctor.
So this actually does remind me of another embarrassing moment that I've had at a doctor's office.
Yeah.
And I hate that this is all just becoming about my disgusting body because I feel like this is really bad for women. But I used to have a gynecologist that would just roast the shit out of me.
So we're gonna do a gynecologist scene next.
No,
We're going through all the doctor offices.
Okay, keep going.
Next,
Sorry.
the dentist. No, I had a gynecologist that used to like literally every time the whole like exam or whatever would be done, she'd be like, okay, like we'll see you next year. And I wrote you a prescription for that yeast infection. And I'd be like, what? Didn't know. All right, I'll see you next year. It was literally like 3 years in a row. She would like give me a medication or an ointment of some sort that I did not ask for or know I needed.
So, I mean, are you okay? Are you okay now?
Honestly, who knows?
You just don't know if you have yeast
I
infections
stopped
or not.
going because I felt bad about myself.
All right. Hey, Doc,
Yeah.
I dropped my pants like 5 minutes ago. Are you gonna keep asking me questions, or are you gonna look at it?
Well, I'm looking, I'm asking questions. There's a lot of process in here. Everything looks pretty fine down there. I'd say, less than average, but normal. Did you have any questions for me about your downstairs?
No, but I had questions about. Can I put on my pants now?
Yeah, you can put on your pants, and I'm just gonna write you this prescription, this pill. It will get rid of your cancer.
Cut to a year later. I'm back.
Hey. Wow. Looks like that cancer's gone away.
Yeah.
There's nothing down there anymore.
No, I just been busy this past year. I took up horseback riding. I didn't have time to get that treatment that you got me. So.
All right. Well, that's fine. It looks like it's gone away on its own. But I'm just gonna write you this prescription for your headaches, and then also for the fact that your anus is falling out of your ass. So go ahead and get that written off, and you should be good to go. Any questions?
Nah. Cut to year later.
You're back again.
Yeah.
I see that you still have the tail.
Yeah, the ladies love it.
Dude, they love it. They love the fact that you have a tail coming out of your butt.
Yeah, I thought about taking the treatment, but I actually met my wife. We were on a date. We both have tails, so I said, screw it. I'm not going to get rid of this tail. If I get rid of this tail, my love life is over. So.
All right. Well, you're not taking any of my advice, so
yeah.
I'd say my final prescription is going to be this. It's just cyanide pills. Don't come back to my office again. If you don't believe in doctors, then why the fuck are you here? Disrespected me this way? Leave.
Thank you so much.
Leave, sir.
All right, that reminds me of I have a thing against my parents' dermatologist, because they are always trying to get my parents to do some sort of thing. Like everything on their head, everything they find on them is like precancerous. And I'm trying to think, I'm not a doctor, but it almost sounds like Minority Report, like pre-crime. Like, how do you know something is precancerous? Like a tiny little speck. Like, how do you know it's
right.
gonna?
I've always thought that too with pre-diabetes.
Yeah, where's the line? Like, my dad also has pre-diabetes. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
You had a sugary snack as a kid, so now you're a pre-diabetic. You're just like you have had sugar, so.
It's like telling someone you're gonna pre-break up with them.
Let's see that scene. Let's see that scene with Molly and Jeff.
Hey, so good to see you.
Oh,
oh, kisses
yeah.
all around.
Oh, I love you so much.
Oh,
Listen,
the love is mutual.
I know, and I have never been happier than I am right now.
I literally texted my mom that 2 hours ago.
Yeah, and I do think it's a shame that in 8 months we're gonna break up, but
Right.
for
Wait.
now,
Wait, what'd you say?
Oh,
8.
I think in 8 months we should definitely break up.
I thought things were really going well. You just said you were happy, and
Yeah, I'm the happiest I've ever been. I
Okay,
love
yeah,
you
me too,
so
me too.
much. I see a future with you. I can see it
okay,
all.
I misunderstood you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
8 months from now, can I get that CD I burned you back?
I want the CD. You burned me. I mean, don't you have the original copy on your computer?
And also, who are our friends going to be friends with? You or me? We should probably get them to pick sides.
I think they can be friends with both of us. I don't know why you 8
I don't-
months.
I
What
don't-
happens in 8 months?
Hey, what's up, Taylor?
Hey,
Hey, who is this?
Hey, what's up? Oh, I'm Taylor's future boyfriend.
we're not going to start dating for like 10 months though.
You're cheating
yeah,
on
but
me?
don't worry. No. What are you doing, bro? Hey, be cool with this, okay? Be cool with this. What's gonna happen is she's gonna get a little bit tired of you. I'm gonna be kind of the rebound, but I'm gonna like treat her poorly. I'm gonna like dick around and like cheat around on her, and then she's gonna break up with me and get back together with you. So don't worry about
but
it. All right,
then-
I'll see you
What?
in 10
Yeah,
months.
but then unfortunately, once we get back together after that, I'm pregnant with his baby. It's wild.
How do you know all this? Can you see the future? What are you talking about? You sound insane.
What?
You sound insane. What are you talking about?
Did you just call me insane?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh my-
I said you sound insane, not you are insane.
This is an abusive, toxic relationship, and our friends are all going to pick me over you.
What?
After
What
the
is
way
your-
you've treated me today, this is bullshit. I thought we were happy.
We are. I thought we were happy. What?
Should we like? Should we start dating now? Or what?
No, I'm going to give it another 8 months.
Okay, cool.
Word.
So-
I'm sure this brings up a lot of breakup stories and weird.
Surprisingly, it doesn't
stories.
bring up a breakup story for me, but it does bring up another story of when I was little. I was traveling in the car on a road trip with my family.
Oh,
And I
good. You weren't just alone.
Yeah, no, I was probably like 7 years old, and I found out that my mom had 3 miscarriages.
Wait, what?
Yeah, out of the it's me and 2 other brothers, but there was also 3 miscarriages.
Well, how did this come up?
I don't know. I don't remember. All I remember is that when I found out, I started singing a version of the Brady Bunch where 3 of the kids were miscarriages, and then we were the other 3. And then my mom started crying in the front seat.
How hard do the people hosting this show, the Flower Shop Bangers, regret having us on the show at this
I don't know. I have no idea. Wait, so you sang that song, or that's what you were thinking?
I improvised. No, I sang it out loud. I improvised a version of the Brady Bunch.
Wait, you improv'd a whole song without ever taking a class?
Yeah, I was like 7. It's not that hard. I wasted a lot of money doing this, as everyone can tell.
Thousands of dollars.
Okay, we're on a road trip. Me and Molly are the parents. Hey, buddy. Hey, thanks for coming on the road trip with us. I know you've had a really bad time. You know, your dog died, and it's little Fido. I know things die. Things die, son.
Fido's gone forever,
I
but
know.
the point is that we're still living and we're going to keep on going.
That's right.
We're going to live like Fido would want us to.
Yeah. Let's sing a family song together.
Okay.
I got it. I think this will cheer you right up, son.
Okay.
If you're happy and your dog died, clap your hands. If you're happy and your dog died, clap your hands.
No.
If you're happy and your dog died because he got ran over by a fire truck. If you're happy and your dog died, clap your hands.
No, I'm not happy.
Oh,
It's
okay.
my dog.
Hold on. I have another one. I'm sorry. That was insensitive. Little Fido just died. All right.
But I'm glad you didn't clap your hands, son.
Yeah.
You're working through the emotions.
Be honest about your emotions. Okay. So I got one we can all sing. Ready?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How much is that doggy in the window? He's dead. The one who does not have a life. He's dead. How much is that doggy in the window? He's dead. I think he is rotting alive.
Woof woof.
So mean.
Oh,
No.
honey, you have the voice of an angel, honey. That's why I married you.
No, oh, babe. I love our family trips. We're getting so close.
This is awful. You're bad parents.
What,
What?
son? Are you still in the denial stage? You have to move through it. You have to move through this grief process.
You can't run over my dog with your own car and then sing about it while we're on a family trip.
Listen,
Wait,
son, my own car is a fire truck, okay? I'm a firefighter, and that thing is hard to back up, okay? I'm telling you, it was only maybe 30% my fault, 70% Fido's fault, and then about 3 other percent, just a small sliver, the judicial system in America.
All
Honey,
right.
can you cheer him up, please?
Yeah, I got a good one. I got a good song. Okay, ready? This one I think you're gonna love, sweetheart. Are you ready? Come on, give me a smile. Give mommy a smile. Give mommy a smile.
No, Cliffy.
All right. Mommy's all right. Daddy's all right. And you're not our biological child.
What?
You're adopted. You're adopted. We
Adopted.
found you abandoned in a dumpster.
Dumpster.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, scene. All right.
Okay.
This has been really fun.
Dark.
I
I
think
got a little unhinged.
we have a few more minutes left. So I am not adopted. None of us are.
That's true. We're
um,
not. That we know of.
But there was a scare. I know that I was a mistake. My brother and sister are 7 and 10 years older than me. And I asked my mom, I was like, hey, like, am I adopted? That's dumb. I look like them. I look like a really ugly version of my mom and dad. And they're like, no, that's crazy. But you were a little bit of a surprise. I don't know. I guess those kinds of things happen.
You just want to air that publicly for everyone.
I feel
Yeah,
like that.
well,
Our thousands of listeners.
Yeah,
All right, everyone. Well, don't forget to listen to the How Embarrassing podcast, where all podcasts can be heard. That's right. You can get this in your ears once a week.
without the improv.
Yeah, without the improv, which is much better, right?
Thank you guys so much. I'm Matt Cole. That's Jeff. That's my How Embarrassing podcast.
Thank you.
Also check out if you're in Norfolk, Virginia, the Push Comedy Theater. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts to Flower Shop Bangers for having us. You guys are incredible. Keep the dream alive. Keep online shows and virtual shows. And thank you guys so much. Enjoy the next acts. I think we're gonna stick around.
Also, sorry not to take over. But also, if you want to be a guest on the podcast, if you have some embarrassing stories you want to talk about, it's super fun and you should just slide into our DMs. No nudes. Thanks.
Weird nipples.
On your screen, and imagine you're just looking right into my eyes. We're sitting across the table and start scrolling that article, right? So we're in the same room. You're looking at me now. Perfect. You start scrolling.
Don't do it.
Don't look down. Whenever you're ready, stop scrolling. Up to you. Now look at the article and find a long word to think of. Super long word, 10, 12, 15 letters, not even connected to what you searched for. Just there, wherever you stopped, find a long word, something random. Don't even worry. You don't have to scroll anymore. Just find super long word, 10, 12, 15 letters, something random, and then put the phone against you like this, Matt. So you're locked in and you got one random long word in mind. Perfect. Okay, so Matt, the reason I do it like that is so you're not going for something that like you see at the top or maybe at the bottom. It's something in the middle. So you generated this word, right? You searched for something from your life somehow, and then you decided, oh, I'm going to stop scrolling here. And there are probably a bunch of big words that then you settled on. So be honest with me, one question for you. Was this big word in any way connected to what you searched for, or is it completely random?
It's completely random.
Okay, very good. Which means, additionally, even if I knew what you searched for, which I don't, but even if I did, there's no way I can know this word, right? So it's an extra layer of impossibility. 8.5 billion words, Matt. You settled on one. Imagine that random word from the article, not what you searched for, just that random word out in front of you. Okay, very good. And you see it like a big, I don't know, like a billboard or a neon sign, right? Okay, I'll do my best to work this out. It is a long word. Yeah, pretty long?
Yeah, longish.
Okay, good. Just think of the first letter for me, actually. Just the first letter. Okay. I might go with something like this. I'll go with something like this. Be honest with me. Is first letter an R? Is that right? Very good. Okay, so that's what I was going with, an R. Very good. Now, I almost went for an S. I had something in my mind, S, but that doesn't make sense because as I changed to R, kind of close in the alphabet, and I'm not sure why. So hold on. This is, go back to that R word because I was getting confused there. I'm glad I'm stuck with my instincts there. So imagine that whole word in front of you. Okay, I'm going to go with something like this. Obviously, Matt, there are a lot of words to choose from. 8.5 billion. There's no way I can know what you would think of. What I'm going to stop go for here. This is my guess here. Would you tell everyone out of 8.5 billion words, what was the word you thought of? That random word. Was this big word in any way connected to what you?
I'm very nervous, by the way, because we didn't talk about this. I just met you, but the word is recommended.
So something like that.
What?
The fucking heathen. What did we get ourselves into?
Wait. That's the word. I have no idea how you did that.
Sweating. I'm sweating.
Now, Matt, be honest with me. Don't tell me what you searched for, but is it somehow related to you, even if it's just loosely or kind of silly in some way? Is it connected to you somewhat?
It's a silly
ish. Don't tell me what it was, but a little bit, sort of.
Yeah, it's silly in a way. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. If it's silly, I know you guys improvise, so I figured maybe you'd go for something a little funny or whatever. We're doing a show, it's fine. But it's loosely connected to you, and you didn't tell me this. There's no way I can know, correct?
Be honest with me. How you did the first thing.
So Matt, be honest with me, but I believe you went through a few things in your mind before you settled on whatever you searched for. Am I right? Did you think of something else and then maybe change your mind to a different thing?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm getting something like, did you think of like a band or like a, is that right? Because this is what I'm thinking. And you didn't like, don't tell me what you settled on, but before I was getting this, and I think this might be where the S came from. Am I right? Was it something like Slay the Spire or something like that?
Yeah, it's a video game.
Okay, so don't tell me what you searched for, whatever you ended up with that article, but I'm glad that whatever you did, you jumped from it. This clip has a piece of paper in it. It's been hanging here the whole time. I will show you this before I open it. Matt, would you tell us whatever you finally thought of, whatever you pulled up, what was that article about? What was it?
I'm a millennial. Avocado.
Okay. Avocados. Okay, I love it. Well, I think that makes a whole lot of sense.
What? No!
Fuck!
All right, I'm throwing my computer away now.
Yeah, I know. You probably put spyware on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know
You fucking David Cross motherfucker.
Wait, David Cross.
David Cross. That's fine. I'll take that. I'll take that. Molly's so flummoxed, the references aren't even lining up, but that's okay. Guys, thank you. How embarrassing. Thanks for helping out. We'll send it back to Stuart now, but I really appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Everyone. Molly, do you need a towel?
She needs a bucket and a mop.
Look, he looks just like David Cross.
Oh, I thought you meant David Blaine.
I thought you meant Christine.
It was for looks, but not abilities. I got it.
That was honestly so amazing. Okay, awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's so nice. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
You can find more information about Mark at marktoland.com.
Cool,
All right.
cool.
All right. So, Dan, any updates?
Yeah, there are some. I thought I would give some shout outs to some people. I don't know if people noticed, but unfortunately, something happened. My internet's kind of a little wonky today, and apparently the original stream ended, so we kind of added a new one. But some people followed us to it and found us, so that's cool. I see that there are people watching. I thought I'd give some shout outs to Jorge Salas and John McDowell, who are both watching at home right now, and I'm told that the stream is much better now that we have this new one. So thank you to everyone watching. If you want to follow us, like us on Facebook, like Flower Shop Bangers on Facebook if you like this page, or subscribe to the Daniel Anderson YouTube channel. Either one works. You will find you'll find everything here. That's it.
Okay,
You,
excellent. And again, thank you for everyone who's tuned in so far. If you have missed any part of the show so far, this will be archived on the Flower Shop Bangers Facebook page right when this show ends. My best guess will be around 8:20 Chicago time this evening.
You gotta be kidding me right now. Really? This is happening? This is happening right now.
Yes. All right. Anyway, without further ado, a little behind the scenes magic there. Our next comedian, our next performer, I should say, is a comedian based out of Brooklyn, New York. And based on what I've seen on his social media, clearly has some heavy John Belushi influence. That cuts close for me because just random trivia here, totally irrelevant to whatever Ryan's going to do. I used to substitute teach at Wheaton Warrenville South High School, which is where John and Jim Belushi went to school. And I got my associates at College of DuPage, as did John and Jim Belushi. So big Chicago connection there. Please welcome to our show, Ryan Gleason.
Okay. Well, this is weird. Okay. This is my first time doing a Zoom show. So if anybody wants to put their mics on or cameras on to seem like I'm in a room.
Okay.
But yeah, this is my first time. I was a little hesitant to do it because I felt like, comedians and performers doing these Zoom shows, they would be competing for viewership with cam girls. And for those of you who don't know what a cam girl is, it is a prostitute with Wi-Fi. You're basically paying for her body and her time, but you're sharing her time and her body with a bunch of your friends' dads. All week, people have been asking me, they're like, Ryan, you're doing a virtual stand-up show. It's different. It's not what you're used to. Are you nervous? And of course I'm nervous. Everybody gets stage fright, whether it's in front of a camera or if they're actually on a stage. I'm comfortable in front of the camera. I'm comfortable on stage the same way white women are comfortable saying the N-word when it comes up in a rap song. Like, ladies drive around with their besties, Mackenzie and Rebecca, and they drop the N-bomb like, bitch, I have the window down. Yeah, I'm comfortable doing this the same way a military wife is comfortable cheating on her husband. Oh, that doesn't happen. That happens all the time. A guy goes to Iraq for 3 years, comes back and meets his 9-month-old son. He's too excited to do the math. It happens. Come on. And people think that's a joke about the military. It isn't. It's addressing a real issue we have in this country. People don't respect the troops. I think no matter your gender, your race, your sexuality, the branch you're in, your rank, if you are serving our country, you deserve respect. Except recruiters. Those guys are assholes. Ask anyone who got recruited. It's the same story. Hey man, why did you enlist? Well, I was at the mall. I was walking past Cinnabon. Some guy asked me if I could do push-ups, and then I went to Iraq for 4 years. It was bullshit. But yeah, this year's been crazy, but at least it's closer to Halloween. I'm excited, even though I probably shouldn't be, because as an adult now, my plans are really messed up. Yeah, I think I'm a grown-ass man. My mom, who's upstairs right now, she doesn't. And I noticed that I am an adult because things change from being a child. I don't watch TV anymore, like on the TV. Like, I can't. And it's because of the commercials. Commercials are so depressing now. Commercials as kids were fun, and they were about food, like Gushers and Capri Sun. Do you remember Capri Sun commercials? A kid drinks the juice, blows up the bag, stomps on the bag, and then explodes. And we're like accomplices, like, shh, respect the pouch. Like, what was that? Adult commercials are way different. It's all legal advice and medicine. Like, there's one with this lady at work and a voiceover comes on and it's like, do you shit a lot at work? You shouldn't. Here, take this. Or there's that one where there's the old man dancing with his equally old wife. And it's just, they're having a good time. And then a voice comes on and it's like, hey, did your 90-year-old wife stop giving you boners? Yeah, we know. Take this. It is just so hard. But, you know, I've been trying to do my best during quarantine. I just graduated college with a screenwriting degree. So, yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you. Love admitting that to people, and they have to put on that facade of that counts. But yeah, I'm a screenwriter, and I just graduated. So now I have all this time to write, and I'm just trying to keep the creative juices flowing. So there's this age-old writing exercise where you write a letter to your younger self to sort of prepare them for what's to come. And I thought this year was a great year to kind of summarize. So here's my letter to my 13-year-old self. Dear 13-year-old me, I know things are kind of crazy. Puberty, and you have to pick out a high school, and there's all these girls around, and I know. But just let me assure you, things get worse. First off, a virus from China spreads around the world, so it's not just their pee-pee in our coat.
Oh, God.
Police across America traded in their badge for white hoods. Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend went to jail for a year after he didn't kill himself. And you'll be happy to know that this girlfriend is old enough to shave her legs. Gender reveal parties pissed off Mother Nature and not just non-binary people. President Trump, yeah, that Trump, underplayed this virus to the point where boycotting the beer might have actually helped. Joe Biden became the first person alive to successfully out-creepy a man who got peed on in Russia. All restaurants and bars closed, making it harder for girls to financially abuse old men they met online, like on Tinder. You know, Tinder is actually a dating app. You're not around for that yet, but Tinder is a dating app that you're going to meet absolutely no one on. And we all have to wear a mask, and yet white people still do that half smirk when they pass a person of color. Halloween happened virtually, meaning all those guys on AOL in 2007 asking if you want candy, they weren't creepy. They were clairvoyant. And all of this happened because a gorilla got shot in Cincinnati. Thank you. That's me.
Ryan Gleason, everyone. All right, Dan, another quick check-in, if you are available.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I do apologize again for the quality of the stream tonight. I have to figure out what's going on with my internet. It seems to, like, the Zoom is loading fine. Everything's loading fine. It just seems to be the uploads to the actual service. I don't know if that's on our end, Facebook's end, YouTube's end, the software's I'm running's end, so hard to troubleshoot and produce a show at the same time, so I think we just keep things going. But I thought I would give a shout out to, I saw Raghu Adipatla. He was joining us. Raghu's a great comedian who's
Raghu!
He's been on our show before. Yeah, no, really great all-around guy. Back to you, Stuart.
All right, thank you so much, Dan. Lost my train of thought for a second. Also, just want to take a quick update at the improv tip jar. Still hanging tight at $8. Without further ado, our next comedian is originally from Boston, but is presently based in Chicago. Another multi-hyphenate talent. It is a pleasure to have on our show. What is going on with me tonight? Please welcome Sam Monk.
Hey, Mr. DJ. Put a record on.
Oh my God. First of all, love that intro song. All right. Yeah. All right, cool. Hey everybody. So yeah, I'm Sam. I am going to be doing some musical comedy tonight. And if anyone's watching and you're unfamiliar with musical comedy, basically what musical comedy is. It's like prop comedy but better, because instead of having like a trunk full of just awkward weird props, I just have one of them. I just have one, and it's can't see it's down here. I'm currently in my luxurious home studio / bedroom closet, so that's what I'm working with at the moment. But I am going to play a couple songs for you tonight, and the first one, just to kind of get an idea about like who I am specifically, it's a song about a couple of different things. First of all, it's about the fact that like I try to like come off with like a real like kind of jaded, bitter persona, but that is really just a total defense to hide the fact that underneath that I'm like a huge sap, which is embarrassing. Songs also about the fact I also have a tendency to have like very vivid imagination. I tend to let my mind run away with things like honestly like daydreaming, fantasy life, that whole stuff. And lastly, this song is also about the fact that the process of using hypodermic needles to withdraw blood for the purposes of medical testing is called phlebotomy. So this is a song about those three things. You stole my heart as you drew my blood. When you were done, you gave me a Batman Band-Aid. It felt like this could be love. I wanted to ask you to dinner, but I didn't have the nerve. So you became my phlebotomist, missed connection. At my next appointment, after 6 long months, not a single time it had passed me by I hadn't thought of you at least once. But the receptionist said, now you work somewhere else, when I specifically asked to see you. So you remained my phlebotomist, missed connection. Life can give you hurdles in love, but you can't let them keep you down. So I started getting lab work done all over town. I donated blood, I donated plasma in the hopes that I'd see your face. I even donated sperm twice, just in case. Yeah. Whisper ways of wisdom, phlebotomist, missed connection. I had a broken heart, and then I broke my arm. So I had to get an x-ray to know the full extent of the harm. But my pain vanished, my spirit soared when I saw the x-ray tech was you. Couldn't waste a moment, knew what I must do. I said, I've been through so much since we first met that I can hardly believe it myself. But now that I'm here, there's a question that I would like to finally ask you. Then you said, se otro cuero metero le onda, lo voy a pisotear por todo el piso. So you remained my phlebotomist, missed connection. And there's that song. Yeah, so I surprisingly have like a lot of, even though I do like musical comedy, a friend of mine actually recently said to me, Sam, you realize you've got a lot of songs that are about like heartache and stuff like that. And they said to me, like, is that because you're, writing from experience? Do you have a lot of experience with heartache? And I was like, that's ridiculous. I'm a comedian. All right. Anyway, and sometimes people will ask me like, "Oh, you do musical comedy? Do you like do musical impressions or anything like that?" And I don't really. I do one musical impression, which I actually think is really good. This is my impression of it's Billy Joel, but it's Billy Joel and he forgot his harmonica at home. That's it. Yeah, that joke is called Billy Joel Forgets His Harmonica / I am too lazy to learn all of Piano Man. Okay. So I'm gonna do one last song tonight. And this is just, I think it's a good one to go out on. It's just a fun, silly song that I think everyone can enjoy. That I did have to write with the help of a lawyer though, but that was like just to get the wording right. Okay. It feels like the world gets crazier every day, with bad things happening in new and different ways. And you don't know how to start to fix things. You end up feeling stumped. So I suggest we start with killing Donald Trump. President who was elected legitimately, but it can be cathartic to make meaningless jokes, just as long as you have plausible deniability.
Okay, I lived. Unless this is how the world ends. Okay.
Get out of the water, man.
Okay. Let me get.
You made it, Tom. You made it.
Yeah. All right. I need help to getting up. Okay. Okay. I need a towel. All right. I need a towel. Okay. God, I mean, you did it more gracefully than I did.
I did it as gracefully as I could, you know?
Okay. Okay. All right. I mean, that was our first time.
It was our first time. You think
No,
it'll
wait,
be the
was
only?
that your first time?
That was my first time
Are you
going off.
kidding?
You've been off the
Okay.
hideout
All right.
before?
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say. I was gonna say. I mean. All right. Okay. Let me just collect my breath here. Okay. The girls are ignoring us now.
Mm-hmm.
That was all for nothing. Damn it. I mean, I felt like I risked life and limb to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you came out on top.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Yeah, we did come out on top. All right.
Mhm.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but okay. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that again, though. I mean, that was intense.
I
mean,
gotcha.
that was just a rush of blood to the head.
It was a lot.
I hope we don't have to do this in PE class.
Mm-hmm.
Don't text, dude.
Sorry.
I'm having
I don't.
Okay, I'm having a professional right now. I mean,
I gotcha. I'm sorry.
I mean,
just, things happen sometimes, and I feel like sometimes maybe I have to like Google too much blood rushing to the head.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, like, you don't know if there are side effects to jumping off the high board?
We don't know if there are side effects. Maybe there are side effects. Maybe there are. We don't know that. I have to Google these things. WebMD is your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
you
yeah.
Okay?
I'm fine.
All right.
I'm fine.
I did not like that belch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I apologize for the belch.
Okay. I don't know if that was your hot dog from earlier.
I mean, granted, I was pretty close to puking after going off the dive, but that's another story.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for me, it was more like, okay, I don't want to jump off sideways. I mean, my foot did slip when I was up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But honestly, you know what? At the end of the day, we did it.
Okay. I mean, it's like once 8th grade starts, I could just tell all the girls, yeah, I did that once.
Man, I know. You did it once.
And I'll pretend I'll be like a little coy and be like, maybe I'll do it again sometime, but I really
Maybe
won't.
at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you need do you need a Benadryl or something like that? I mean, do you feel like you got it?
I think I got it.
Okay. All right. Well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna jump in from the 4-foot side.
Do it.
Okay. Geronimo!
Geronimo!
And that's our show.
That's our
everyone.
show.
Our special thanks to Mark Toland,
Mm-hmm.
to Sam Monk, to Ryan Gleason, to How Embarrassing Improv out of Norfolk, Virginia. We will be back this Wednesday at 7 Central for remote show number 50.
Woohoo!
In the meantime, please wash your hands. Please stay home. Believe women. Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good night.